got to talk about these three stocks that I am personally trying to make six figures on, all of which sit in different sectors, have different market cap sizes. They all have different theses and catalysts behind them. We're talking about one of the Mag 7 favorites, the cheapest S&P top 10 today being Google. We're going to talk about Aduro Clean Technologies, one of my very few small cap picks that has now rallied up 84% off its yearly low. We're going to talk about the parent company to Rockstar Games that's going to be releasing GTA 6 in 2026, and that of course is the parent company Take-Two Interactive. So if you're on a path to financial independence, if you damn well one day will want to retire early, go hit that subscribe button. Let's do this together, folks, because man, oh man, Google is having a hard time convincing investors how good its AI tools are, because that is the news. That is the story of, are they going to continue to lose search dominance, or are they going to be one of these AI leaders and somehow adopt into this new realm of AI? And personally, I was shocked that the stock didn't move more on this recent AI event. We did get a little bit of a bid, and we're getting closer to my cost average around 176-ish. But taking a look at this event, there's so much to digest out of it. I'll share with you two highlights that I personally found quite impressive.
They left behind a ball today. It bounced higher than I can jump.
What manner of magic is that? This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might.
We call it agent mode. Say you want to find an apartment for you and two roommates in Austin. You've each got a budget of $1,200 a month. You want a washer dryer or at least a laundromat nearby. Using agent mode, the Gemini app goes to work behind the scenes.
Between the AI assistant and just the editing tools alone, I think is worth paying for this. I'm going to try the 1 month free trial, and I'll get back to you guys because I'm just blown away by how far the editing tools have come, let alone the fact now if you're using Google Meets, you can have no language barriers. You can talk to any language and have it converted to the language you desire, which was also another awesome feature in the variety of tools this company has capable to them. And keep in mind, we talked about this before, they own Android, and they're going to be releasing a lot of this on Android. I mean, they're doing a lot with Gmail and documents. There's so much going on here. This stock really deserves a lot more, and this is what I'm calling a fundamental trade. Unlike the other two stocks we're going to talk about, what I consider a fundamental trade is typically a company that has growing earnings, right? This is a company where the stock price really statistically just follows the earnings, and it's a stock price that has earnings going up but stock price going down. So you're getting this divergence during a period where the company hasn't seen any stalling out just yet, right? Like, this is a presumption that they're going to start losing search revenue, but we haven't quite seen a huge search drop in revenue yet. Like, they're still generating great growth and great earnings. So eventually the stock should recover into its earnings trajectory, presuming everything stays on track. You know, they have all the check marks: share buybacks, stock price going down, earnings going up, price to earnings multiple cheaper than it has been pretty much in its entire publicly traded history. So a lot of cool stuff going on with Google. Now, Aduro Clean Technologies is one of these small cap plays that really stuck out to me because they have a revolutionary technology that can completely disrupt the plastic industry, which we've talked about many times, guys, that they can take waste plastic and reconvert it chemically back into oil that can be reused for either new plastics or burnable fuel. And this stock is bumped up dramatically off of its lows here. I mean, it's up 84% after not getting a whole lot of a bid throughout, you know, the first, you know, little bit of this year, but trading at a $286 million CAD market cap. I personally buy this on the US markets. It is a Canadian company, but it trades on the NASDAQ under ADUR. And I think they've been catching a lot of attention for a few reasons. We're going to talk about the news, but it's nice seeing them get attention from much bigger YouTubers like this clip here.
We partner with Aduro Clean Technologies to explore their hydrochemolytic technology. Aduro is on a mission to tackle the chemical recycling of hard-to-recycle plastic waste, and it's a massive, untapped opportunity. Global plastic production is growing, not shrinking. In 2022, the world produced approximately 400 million metric tons of plastic. In 2023, that number grew to 413 million metric tons, and the demand is still rising. Yet, only about 10% of all plastic is currently being recycled in any form, mechanical or chemical. The rest, landfilled, incinerated, or left to accumulate in our oceans and environment.
So I look at this business from two fronts. They have the client engagement front where they're working with 10 huge companies that all trade for like $40+ billion market caps in the oil and just companies that produce major amounts of plastics in like the food industry. And then they have their pilot plant where they're actually producing their own facility. And Aduro recently announced the engagement that they're going to be advancing the automation of this hydrochemolytic machine at their pilot plant. And they also announced that they engaged another company that's basically going to go through the life cycle assessment of this technology, which is really intriguing. And then from the client side of this, they basically announced that they have Clean Farms that signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on the development of a commercial pathway for challenging agricultural plastics. So they're continuing to announce a lot of news as we wait to see the conversion of clients, as we wait for this hydrochemolytic upcycling technology to kind of take away their pilot plants. So there's a lot to look forward to here that I'm very excited about. Now, my thesis remains the same with this company, that the market hasn't recognized its true value being a leader. Its technology stands out and can convert way more plastics than any of the other competitors, but the other competitors are able to trade at billion-dollar valuations. I think this company just needs to get its pilot plant up and running or start converting some of these clients, and this could easily become a billion-dollar valued company very quickly within like a couple year time frame at most. So I like holding it. I think there's huge 10x upside potential, and you'll really only see that kind of growth at a small cap. So I like having the exposure to these in my portfolio. And then finally, we should talk about Take-Two Interactive. This is a pure momentum play based off the catalyst of GTA 6. I think the stock, as we head toward the most valued piece of entertainment that has ever been created, will continue to propel this stock somewhere between a 60 to $100 billion valuation. So I am expecting about maybe a 2x on this one at most from where I currently bought at, an average of around 210, 212, a little while ago there. But we're taking a look at a company that continues to hold very strong with mostly institutional ownership. And recently they've announced that they are going to be diluting us yet again as shareholders. And this is a company that they're going to continue to do this likely moving forward. It's how their business is generally operated. And they're going to be raising up to about $1.04 billion, which is what led the stock to drop, basically 3% as of today, and now down 4%. So it has drained the stock a little bit here, but it's not something that's too concerning to me, because if you take a look, this is a company that has continued to dilute time and time again, and will likely continue to in the future. It's pretty incremental amounts. It's not the best thing you want to see as shareholders, but at the same time, we all know GTA 6 is going to generate tens of billions of dollars over the course of 2026. And a lot of that I still don't think has been priced into the stock correctly. And we do have new analysts price targeting this at around 250, I think, coming out of JP Morgan. So I'm still sitting here quite happy holding the position, but I'm using this again as purely a momentum play heading into the hype, because people just, I don't think, have fully priced any of that in, and investors will get real giddy once they start seeing the news cycle come around next year. So I don't mind sitting on this for a year. I think there's some expected volatility between then and now, but if you're patient with this, I'm sure that it can still pay off even from this current price point. So again, Aduro is purely a play that I think is under-recognized by the market, that once they start actually executing on their business model, converting clients, it's going to have real potential moving forward and comparable to its current competitors' values. And Google is one of these fundamental plays that if you are a fundamental investor looking for cheap plays based off earnings and upcoming AI catalyst and revenue, this is a great one to look at as well. I love all three of these companies. They sit in my basket of individual stocks. Now I do have some other ones as well, like Meta, but we'll save those for another day. But I will pass the question off to you. Do you own any of these stocks? Why do you like them? I'd love to hear about all of it in that comment section below.